everyone, welcome to Two Car Pros. My name is Ryan and today I'm going to show you how to replace the damper door switch on a 2005 Ford Focus. What this damper door switch does is direct airflow from either your face, your feet, or your glass for your HVAC system in your car. Now if you were to show me this replacement part and just ask me what it was, I'd probably call it a blend door actuator because it's actuating a blend door, but that's not its technical term. It is a damper switch. So this is a very common problem on these cars where you're trying to make the airflow go from your face to the glass. You're moving the dial left to right, and then all of a sudden it just gives way and it's broken. Basically inside of the damper door switch is cables, and those cables can just break right off their mounting, their housing. This makes the damper switch not work anymore, obviously, so that needs a replacement. Luckily for you guys, it is very, very easy to replace on your own, and should take you no time at all with very basic tools. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. What we're gonna do here is I'm going to use a body clip puller. These are very inexpensive. You can find them on Amazon, or if you're really careful, you can use a standard screwdriver. And we're just going to get behind this panel and pull straight outward, because just little clips hold it in place. Just be careful not to damage the plastic because it's pretty brittle. And it would be a real bummer to break one of these clips that hold this whole AC panel on, and that exposes the back here, and we can start unplugging things. Cigarette lighter just pulls straight out like that, and then we have our whole area where we need to work today. Then we can remove our knob from the direction select, just pulls straight off like that, nice and easy. So the next thing we need to do is remove this electrical connector here, because that operates the light for our direction select. You can just use a standard screwdriver here to get the safety up and out of there. Grab a standard screwdriver and remove this screw. So once we remove that screw, we can rotate the whole housing to our right and remove it. And that's what it should look like there. So now we've removed the user side. Now we got to go remove the blend door side, which is in the driver footwell. So we're going to come right down here and then look straight up. So it's that top one there. Really tricky to see, pretty tricky to get to. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the camera in there and me at the same time. So I will show you how I removed it in just a second. So it's not the black one on the bottom, it's the white one on the top. So it's really, really easy. Those tangs, there's little plastic tangs that you just pry back with your fingers. They're really, really easy, but don't break them. They are just made of plastic. I really have no other way of showing this, but are these tangs here, and you just kind of pry them out of the way with your fingers and then just remove the actuator adjuster straight outward. Once we do that, we can go ahead and remove it. There we are. So here's our part we just removed. We can see this was on our actual blend door. And you can see when you turn the knob, it doesn't turn. This should be turning. So basically what's in here is a little teeny tiny gearbox, and it has a little cable driven system in there, so it pulls left or right, and that's what will make this turn, which tells the blend door where to face. So if you want it on your feet or your face or the windscreen, that's what this does. Now if the little gearbox in here breaks, like this one has, and this is a very common problem with these Focuses, you won't be able to control where the airflow goes. So you need a replacement part, and here it is. Motorcraft, there's our part number. Link is down below in the description. I can't stress this enough. Always use quality Motorcraft replacements when working on your Ford. So I'm going to go ahead and take that out of the baggie and make sure that it is the same part. Same length, same connectors on both sides. They are identical, probably made around the same time too. And then what we can do is take our knob and put it on the end here and take a look at it and see that this one actually works. Yay. So this is a very common problem with Ford Focuses, so it's a pretty simple fix, honestly. Look, this one's even a little sticky. A couple actuations to make sure it works. Take the knob back off, and it's ready to go back in the car. So now we can slink our adjuster through that hole. So we can see our adjuster right up there. The flat spot is on the top, so I have adjusted this to also be on the top, and we should just be able to press it straight on. The flat spot is on the top there. Now I'm going to grab our adjuster, put it back to its home. And now that I've got it here, I'm not forcing anything too tightly. Just the 2 fingers, making sure that's snapped back into its place. Just like that. Very good. You can even test it. You can even test it there. We can hear the blend door moving around. You can see a little bit. So that's up and that's down. Perfect. So I can move that knob back off of there. Plug our electrical connector back in. That's really easy. And then place the knob back into its home. Actually, I have to over-rotate it like this. And then rotate it in like that. There we go. And then we can replace our safety screw, our securing screw, Phillips head. Just like that. We can move our bezel piece to plug in our cigarette lighter. And then the piece as a whole goes back onto its little clips, and those just push straight on, nothing fancy there. And then the final piece is our knob. Final piece being the knob, it only goes on one way. It's a little detent like we had earlier, and then we can make sure that this works. Which it sounds like it does, so let's test it out. Well, I can tell you the air is finally coming out of these vents. Before it was stuck on defrost, so all I had was the vents blowing up on the windshield there. Which is pretty useless when you live somewhere where it's frequently 100 degrees, so glad to get this fixed. Now we've got air on our face, on our feet, and on the windscreen. So this is all done. So that's how to replace your damper switch on a 2005 Ford Focus. It is incredibly easy. I urge you to do this repair yourself and save all kinds of money. A shop is probably going to charge you at least $100 to do this work, and this is nowhere near $100 worth of labor, if I'm being honest. Not to mention they're going to upcharge you on the part. I have left the link down below in the description for this exact part I used in this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Make sure you subscribe, and I'll see you next time.